why can't he stay out of trouble? This guy finds trouble wherever he goes.
Trouble finds this guy. It's amazing. I have been working in the criminal justice field for 25 years, and I have never gotten into as many conflicts as this guy gets into in like a week. It seems like trouble is always finding him. He is always the victim. People are always after him. I don't get it.
And I think he would say, if we were to sort of confront him with that, he or his family would say, oh, well, you know, his life's been falling apart ever since that Trayvon Martin case. Of course he's aggressive. Of course there's trouble. Sam, you're smirking.
Well, here's the thing. To your point, yes, we continue to see George Zimmerman get himself in these situations. I don't understand why he's still allowed to carry a gun. Which is weird. And as far as this guy goes, I think that they're a lot alike.
The other guy.
The other guy, Apperson. Do you want to know a little bit about their history?
Sure.
Okay, so they do have some beef, the two of them, all right? So September 8th, Apperson called 911, claimed that Zimmerman threatened to shoot him dead in a road rage incident.
What?
Then just 2 days later, Apperson calls 911 on September 10th, says Zimmerman was waiting for him outside his office. Zimmerman says he just happened to be there, coincidentally, for another appointment.
With his gun? Just why happens.
You know, and I just think that these two guys, after, you know, looking at the research, I think both of them are both hotheads. They're both trigger happy, and I think because they're so similar, that's why they continue to butt heads.
Mike,
I think they're very similar. They're both insecure chicken hawks, and everyone knows that guy who has to go around asserting himself in these wild, outlandish ways, like driving into someone on the freeway, screaming at them, maybe even pulling a gun and shooting it. You know what it has to do with? Both these guys have their floppy man boobs and their disgusting, ill-fitting clothes. Maybe if one of them took one moment to actually do something to improve themselves as men and do something that was not this rancid perversion of masculinity that they have, they wouldn't have to be out in the middle of the street shooting at each other.
Mike, don't hold back.
They live in Florida.
How do you actually feel about these guys?
You know, this angers me so much because these are the same guys that get the idea of gun laws brought into scrutiny, and it's not because, listen, gun laws, I understand why people would want to have the debate over what we should do with guns.
Yeah.
But don't use these idiots as an example of what gun owners are, because they're just nudniks.
Well, but we've got a lot of nudniks in this country, but one woman that is not a nudnik, joining me from Washington, D.C., Jessie Jane Duff. She's a gunnery sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps retired, senior fellow with the London Center for Policy Research. Jessie, as always, a privilege to have you. What do you think about what Mike just said, that, you know, these two, what he refers to kindly as nudniks, should not be thought of as an average gun owner, and they certainly shouldn't be what we think about in the conversation about guns and gun possession?
Well, first of all, most gun owners hate sloppy gun owners because they make us all look bad. We have millions of legal gun-carrying citizens in this country, and every day they're not running around causing a wild, wild west show the way this is going on with George Zimmerman. So what my comment would be is that he has not been convicted of anything, but if they should find that he has abused his right to carry, the book needs to be thrown at him full force, because this is nonsense for him to continually be in the headlines and giving all legal gun owners a thoroughly bad name.